Hi. So there's a little explanatory video about meditation. A particular meditation which I call the presence meditation. There are many different types. This is one which is based around yoga, classical yoga, and the experience of the true self through meditation. So we do this meditation every Sunday at 6 o'clock Rome time, and a little group on Zoom, and anybody's welcome to join. It's open to everybody, but I thought I'd make a little video for anybody who wants to come along so they have an idea of what it's like and can quickly settle in and get going without asking me what they're supposed to be doing, because it's not guided meditation, it's not guided imagination or anything. It's actually a technique of doing as little as possible. The presence meditation uses your attention, and the first part is a process of 3 or 4 steps to harness the attention onto more and more stable and more subtle objects of attention, to focus the attention, to bring it, to corral it in, so that it becomes something very solid and concrete, if I can use that term, a concrete experience of awareness, so that it is known in itself and not, as usually the case, it is ignored for whatever it is aware of. Usually we are aware of things and we speak of whatever it is we're looking at or listening to or feeling or thinking. These are all objects of attention. And in this we miss the nature of the light which illuminates everything, the light of attention or the light of awareness or the light of consciousness, and how that relates to who we are. Because often we look at ourselves in that same way, as an object, and we assume that what we see is who we are, whereas the whole goal of yoga is that the seer abides in its true nature, and you realize that as well as everything that you see, you are the seer. It's not mysterious, but it's just very difficult to see. In the same way that your eye can never really see itself, then your inner eye doesn't see itself. So meditation is a way to become aware of yourself, of who you really are, and that brings freedom and from a lot of suffering and just a great increase in the quality of life. So the first thing we do is to calm the nervous system down. We're usually either agitated or anxiety or even depressed, to bring it to a kind of nice dynamic, slow, relaxed, dynamic state by breathing slowly and a slow and long breath, deep and slow breath, with little gaps at the end, after in-breath and out-breath. That is just to, as it were, to calm the general nervous system and relax everything in preparation for the first part of the meditation, which is to meditate or concentrate on the breath, that very same breath. So first you activate the breath in an easy, slow, calming, rhythmic breath, and then you use that as the object of your meditation. It's very close, it's not hard, it's moving enough so that you don't have to focus too hard. It has the in-breath, pause, out-breath, pause, in-breath, pause, and so on. That in itself is a very valid meditation. It brings stability of mind and a greater presence. All meditation increases presence. And in a way, that's enough to start with. And you can do that. All these meditations I recommend you do every day anyway. in any way. Breathing meditation you can do whilst walking, sitting, lying down. So after you've got used to, as it were, your attention, instead of flying off, when you start what the meditation is to ignore many things and focus on one thing. And is not to be pulled into other situations. So thought will come and you'll find yourself thinking of anything you might, and then you bring it back to the breath. Images might come, good or bad, and you have to ignore them. Remember where you are trying to meditate on and bring it back to the breath. Feelings might come like, oh, my back aches, or I'm hungry, the same thing, or that person is distracting me. These are all, as it were, distractions, and meditation is to be not to be distracted, to maintain your awareness. So that's the first step, is in awareness of the breath. When you've got comfortable with that, it doesn't mean that you can hold your awareness, for any number of breaths without any movement at all. But when you're comfortable with it, then you move on to awareness of something else. All this is done with the eyes closed. So you're sitting there, you're focusing on your breath, eyes closed. When that is become established, move your awareness into what you can see, as it were, at the back of your eyelids. Become aware of what you can see with your not looking or concentrating on anything except what is presenting itself there in that inner space of your mind. Again, presenting itself in what is there by default, not whatever images, imagination pops up, which can be many, right? So ignore everything except that usually I think you see a kind of darkish, reddish, brownish light, or black if you're in a dark room. But it's basically what light comes through your eyelids with other little light effects. But it's vague, it's cloudy, it's not clear, and that's the point. So you focus on that inner space, whatever is there. Just try and make that the content of your awareness. Again, ignoring everything else. So you're being present to or with or at something which is even more vague, more intimate, more inner than your breath. Once you've got a bit established in that, the next step is to look at what is going on even in that inner viewing, in that you are looking at something, even though it's very foggy or misty or not very clear. But there is still, and your eyes are closed, there is still an idea that you are somewhere looking out or looking towards something. So you're still not present 100% in you. You're looking at a dark brown, blackish, you're looking out into the black light, let's say. So then your attention, you want to gather it like gathering mist and bring it ever closer towards where it is springing from. Where is your awareness starting from? So bring it more intimately closer to you. Because it's clear that you and your awareness, your attention, are the same thing. Your will to move is you that decide to focus on any one thing, and in presence it is focusing on yourself, not your body or your mind or your thoughts, but your awareness. So it is awareness, or attention of consciousness, or consciousness of consciousness. And in that sense, there starts to occur a concentration of presence. Presence starts to get intense and solid. It becomes a concrete experience. And that remains, after the meditation, as both as a memory and as a sort of, you become aware, because all you've done is come back to yourself. Meditation is, you haven't even come back, is to bring your attention back to yourself, right? To snap out of the world of appearances and become aware of the reality, which doesn't change, because everything which of the world of appearances changes. Day becomes night, black hair becomes white hair, we age, we live, we love, we're poor, we're rich, thoughts come and go, emotions come and go, everything comes and goes. But there is one thing, the one that recognizes that which gives attention to what is coming and going, which stays the same. And we are that. So to be present is to be present to yourself and recognize that as a kind of reality. And when you are in that world of in that world or that situation of presence, it's a very secure, safe place. And from that safety you have a lot of freedom. And the benefits of meditation they're huge. We know that it improves immunity, we know that it improves mental functioning, we know that it improves emotional functioning, quality of life, so many things. We know that it keeps us younger, it works on epigenetics even, I was reading or watching, to heal us of our traumas by switching on new genes and changing the way we relate to the world in that way. And the point is, our default, when we do discover ourselves, the happiness is the absence of fear. It is not something you obtain, it is there when you don't have fear. Happiness is the absence of fear-based suffering. Happiness is the absence, of desires that are unmet or the constant search for happiness. It just bubbles up. It's just when you recognize it, it's you, it's what you are. So I hope that explains a little bit the meditation, the presence meditation. And as I say, we're on 6 o'clock every Sunday. I put it up on Facebook, and I'll put some stuff up here as well. On Zoom, it's cool. International meditation of presence. Thanks very much. I hope that was useful. Thank you.